business to go to another level. You must try to learn and hear something new. So make the change today. So don't procrastinate and see your business grow and change. So check out Testing Results, yeah, with Toni Harris Taylor. Toni Harris Taylor. Testing Results, oh yeah, with Toni Harris Taylor. Yeah, yeah.
Welcome to the Marketing Strategies for Drastic Results show. I want to get to the drastic fast. This is your host, Toni Harris Taylor, CEO and founder of Drastic Results Marketing and Sales Coaching, where I teach entrepreneurs and franchise professionals how to show up, be up, follow up to blow up. I'm also a multi-unit award-winning franchisee with Network in Action, where we bring together business owners and franchise suppliers to build connections, collaborations, community, get some coaching to make more cash together. Welcome. Today, we have an interesting guest. Oh, wait till you hear her story. I'll let her tell her story, but she's a body language expert. And I asked her, how does body language play into networking? And so she gave me some good tips, and I'm going to talk to you about those now. So remember, in my formula, it's show up, be up. Well, the be up part has a lot to do with how you're showing up. What do I mean? When it comes to body language, do you have good energy, right? Number one thing people say about me is, I love your energy. And that's without vitamins, and I'm 58, okay? But it's easy to have good energy when you love what you do. And I love meeting people. So when I walk into a room at a networking event, at a conference, I exude energy. Now, let me be clear. I don't always have energy on my way. And life is lifing for all of us. And so when you have good energy, you are attractive. So sometimes I have to flip a switch, turn it on. The next thing is, are you open, right? Do you even have open posture? If you're standing in the corner looking at your phone, you're not open. If you're standing back looking like this or sitting looking like this, you're not attractive. Your body language says, I don't want to talk. I got something on my mind. I don't want to be bothered. Now, you have to be able to read body language in the sense of, if the room is cold, I'm probably going to sit like this. Okay. And doesn't mean I'm not open. It means I'm cold. But if you have the posture of sitting back, just observing the room, like, please don't come talk to me, then that doesn't serve you in networking. So you've got to open up your posture so that people will want to approach you. Okay. Then the next body language is, do you wear this? Right? Do you wear a smile? And if you're not confident in your smile, fix it. It's called the dentist, people. So wear a smile when you're networking, because that makes you attractive. Listen, we're going to have fun with my guest, Lena Sisco. She's going to tell you her story. You're going to want to stick around because it's a drastic story in itself. Wait till you see her. Wait till you hear her story. It's going to be amazing. We'll be right back with my guest, Lena Sisco.
Are you a franchisor grappling with how to stimulate your franchisees' growth and revenue? Are the phrases, "I'm not comfortable networking," "I'm an introvert"? Enter Toni Harris-Taylor, your answer to these challenges. With her expert guidance and program, you can empower your franchisees to conquer networking and community outreach. Toni's program is designed to equip your franchisees with the skills and confidence to show up to the right events with the right people. It goes beyond making connections. It's about nurturing and leveraging these relationships. It's about following up, collaborating, and generating leads and referrals to maximize conversions. And ultimately, increased revenue for your franchisees and for you, the franchisor. Are you ready to unlock this potential? Reach out to us at 832-479-2088. Let's embark on this journey of growth and success together.
All right, welcome back with my guest, Lena Sisco, body language expert out of Tampa, Florida. Welcome, Lena.
Thank you so much. You know,
So, go ahead.
you said something that I have to tell everybody about smiling, which I love. Smiling's infectious, right? But you said something about the dentist. I just dropped thousands of dollars on the dentist. Not that I wanted to, but you said that. And I was like, oh, I was right there.
I know your smile is the invitation to a conversation. I'm going to Google that because I just made that up. That may not be a quote. If it ain't, it's mine now. So your smile is an invitation to a conversation. And I was immediately attracted to you when we had our first one-to-one.
Mhm.
But tell everybody in your own words who you are
Sure.
and what you do.
Sure. I have a bit of a strange story. I wanted to be an archaeologist all my life. I grew up. I got an advanced degree in archaeology. I was digging overseas, living the life of Riley. It was amazing. I was in Italy and Greece, but I was bored. And I thought, oh no, what am I going to do? This was my life dream. I came back and I had a friend say, oh, you should join the military. And I looked at him and I said, are you crazy? Never wanted to join the military. No one in my family's in the military. Why would I join it? So I was chatting with him. He told me about this program and it sounded very adventurous. And at this time, I was in my late 20s. I wanted adventure in life. I wanted to see the world. I was an archaeologist, so I could travel and live in different cultures all over the world. So when I talked to him, he's like, listen, you're going to be able to travel and do something really cool because it's intelligence. It's like James Bond. And I thought, ooh, okay. So the next month later, I found myself raising my hand and getting recruited and joining the Navy Reserves. Out of all things in my life, my father was like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And I just thought, I don't know. It's a gut feeling. I feel like I have to do this. And that really was a pivot that took my life in an entirely different direction. It is why I am who I am today and what I do today. And I couldn't be more grateful because when I was in the military, I got asked to join a very special program at the time, the first of its kind. And it was to be trained as an interrogator from the Marine Corps.
What?
Never in a Toni, if you would have asked me in my 25 years old, Lena, would you think that in a few years you're going to be interrogating members of Al-Qaeda in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba? I would have said, you've lost your mind. That's not me.
At that time, you probably would say, what the heck is Al-Qaeda? Like,
yeah, exactly. Exactly. I was like, what? Who? Where is that? I don't know anything about that. Yeah. And I had a commanding officer. He came up to me, he said, Lena, your personality, just your energy, who you are, what you've done, we think that you would be the best candidate to join this new program because it's super challenging. We know you like to take risks. We know you like a challenge. We know you're adventurous, and we think that you would excel in it. And so I sat through the lecture of these Marines talking about interrogating prisoners overseas in war-torn countries, living in tents. And I was like, oh, I don't think that's for me. Yeah. And so I told this commander, I'm like, sir, thank you so much for thinking that this would be a great opportunity for me, but I don't think it is. And I said no. And I got really mad at myself. And I went back the next day. It was a reserve weekend. And I said, sir, sign me up. If I fail, I fail. right? But I'm going to do this for me. It's a challenge, and I'm going to see if I can handle this challenge. And if I can't, I'm going to be okay with myself, but let me just try it. And Toni, that was the life changing decision I made, because I ended up going through the hardest training I've ever been through in my life. And I grew a lot personally, professionally, but I loved what I did because it was all about learning humans and how to connect with them, how to build trust with them. And in my line of work was getting that trust to get the truth. And that's what I teach and preach today. I train law enforcement around the country. I train business owners, because if you're going to partner with the business, if you're going through a merger, if you're hiring employees, you have to know that you can trust them. And so it's so critical to understand, well, how do I earn trust? What do I need to show up as? What do I need to say? What do I need to do? Because I need people to trust me so I can make a safer decision.
Yeah. Wow. That is powerful. And if you Google Lena's name, you'll see a whole bunch of stuff. And one of them is a book about lying. So tell us about that book.
That was my first book. It's called You're Lying. It's very accusatory. I would never say that to someone, but it's all about a process that I created that I thought was the best method for building rapport with people, connecting with them. I always have taken and will always take a very non-accusatory, rapport-based, strategic approach to a conversation and an interview to get people to tell me the truth. So that book focuses on it. And my third book, which came out, I think 2 years ago now, called Honest Answers, goes deeper into the techniques that I created on interviewing and negotiation.
Wow. So can I use that in sales? Can I find out if people are lying? And then the whole the asking questions for say more.
Oh my gosh, where do I begin? There's so many facets. I think the first one, especially when you're in sales, is to say, number one, ditch your pitch. Put it in the trash can. You don't need it, right? Put it over here, because you can't sell anything to anyone until you have a connection with that person, until that person wants to listen to you, likes you, wants to get to know you. That's step one. And now in my world as an interrogator, step one is building rapport, establishing a connection, creating a safe environment. Step one, right? I get trust. Step two.
Can we pause this right there? And I see the similarities, but did the Marines teach you to build rapport and to build trust with who they think is the Al-Qaeda? They teach you that? Or is that Lena, you took what they taught you and you figured that out?
I figured it out.
I didn't think the military say, well, go in there and ask about their kids.
Yeah. So when I was trained as an interrogator, we had 19 approach techniques, they called it. And some were very focused on incentivizing and, establishing that connection. But then you had other ones, which was like futility, like, listen, you should tell me, because what do you got to lose? You're going to spend the rest of your life in jail, right? But there were some that created fear, that created discomfort or anger. Why would I want to do that? That's ridiculous. So I started using more of psychology in my approaches. And we have a simple saying: you attract more bees with honey than vinegar. Sure. And so it was the honey approach. What could I do? And it's not just build rapport. Like, that's the top. That's one technique, but there's so much more to it, because it's first going internal, right? Knowing how I'm showing up. How do I look? How do I sound? How do people feel in the room with me? Are they backing away from me? Are they coming closer to me? Are they tilting their head and really interested in getting to know me? So there's a lot going on. Personality preferences. Right? There's so many techniques. There's mirroring their breath and their personality and their body posture, just to create an environment where that person feels you're more similar to them. And when we feel that people are similar to us, it naturally creates comfort, and comfort comes trust.
Wow. We're going to take a quick break. We will be back. I want to unwrap this sales and body language and all that a little bit more. So we'll be right back after this message. We're back with Lena Sisco, a interrogator for the Navy. That's crazy. And we're talking about body language and how it relates from the military world to the entrepreneur and sales world. So you said you developed techniques to the honey techniques to build more traction so that they would trust you and tell you what you wanted to know. How can I, as an entrepreneur, use that to get the sale?
You got it. And I'm going to share the best way. You have to show up with confidence, right? And some people say, fake it till you make it thing. I believe you don't have to fake it. So our thoughts drive our behaviors, right?
Mhm,
And if I'm
mhm,
thinking, oh, I'm so nervous, or what if that, or I don't know, those thoughts of doubt increase worry, increase fear, now make me stress out. And cortisol releases, right? It goes to that stress response system. Cortisol releases. And now, if that is released, I have the physiological effects of cortisol. I may shake. I may quiver. I may blink,
mhm,
dry out, flush, pale, right? And all of a sudden, I'm giving off these signs that I'm nervous.
mhm,
People don't want to trust nervous people.
mhm,
People don't want to be around nervous people. People don't want to follow nervous people. They want to trust, follow, and listen to confident people, right? And confidence is not arrogance. So I tell people there's an easy way to overcome all of that stress. Change your thoughts. Right before I stepped out to give my TED talk, oh, I'll never forget it. I was the first speaker after lunch and I was behind the curtain and I had a whole hour from my nerves to just go spastic on me.
right.
It was terrible. I did not eat lunch. And I thought, oh my, right before I walked out, I thought, I can't go out this nervous. I need to adjust right here, right now, and walk out on that stage with confidence. What am I going to do? I changed my thoughts. I just thought, listen, these people paid money to be here. They're interested in what I have to say. So Lena, suck it up and go give them a good show
That's
because
right.
you're the expert here. Go prove yourself. And,
That's
and
right.
all of a sudden I was like, oh yeah, like, why do I have fear? I shouldn't have fear. I love doing this. Oh, in fact, I love being on stage and I love being in front of people. And by that time, it was a few minutes, I totally switched my demeanor and I was able to walk out on that stage and own it. So it's all about that. And if you need a little bit more help than just changing thoughts, take up space. The moment that we actually expand and you can do the victory pose, you can just make yourself bigger, you suppress cortisol. It's scientifically proven. So if you
Mm,
posture up, instead of tucking your chin, you have that chin up, your shoulders are back, you take up space, you take a deep breath in, you change those thoughts, you will be powerful. There's no doubt in my mind because science has suppressed all of the cortisol.
wow. Those are great tips. And being confident doesn't mean you're not prepared. So you were prepared for your TED talk. And but in the sales posture, having confidence and alleviates some of the desperation that frankly
Yes.
people put
Yes.
off because they need to make the sale.
Yeah.
So one of my best antidotes for that is don't get in a place where you need to make the sale. Make
Yep.
sure that you have steady leads going, steady connections going, so that and we do get in that place where we're nervous because I want to close this. I want it so bad. But if we really take a deep breath,
Mhm.
take up space, and know that we are serving people,
Yeah.
because all of us are in our business to serve people. I think it'll make it easier. All right. So it's time for
Absolutely.
me to ask you the two questions I ask all my clients. And the first one is, how has networking helped you in business?
Opportunities. So many opportunities to do a million and two things. Keynote speak, write books, have people contribute to my books, which I just did through networking. I have 2 amazing stories. I'm writing my 4th book on dark psychology, how to overcome it. I have gotten collaboration with LinkedIn Lives, to courses, and just people that I can trust to tap into, to say, hey, listen, here I am at a decision. What should I do? Help me out. Can I, run something by you? It has just increased my opportunities tenfold for success, for reaching other people, for getting in touch with other groups of people. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. You can't have a business without it. You just can't.
Cannot.
No, you cannot. Cannot.
Say it again for those in the back of the room.
You cannot have a business without networking. It's necessary.
Well, your whole story is drastic, but I'm going to ask this question anyway. What's the most drastic thing you've ever done in life or business?
I did say it already. It was volunteering to become trained as an interrogator. To this day, I mean, I said no in less than 24 hours. I just said, I don't know why, but I feel like I have to say yes. And my conscious mind was saying, no, no, no. But this voice kept saying, yes, yes, yes. And I was like, I got to go with this voice. I don't know where it's coming from.
Let me ask this question, because that's true in entrepreneurship for sure. You know, I get intuition all the time. This one side is saying no, the other side is saying go. And did you ever find out really why you were placed in that position?
No, I mean, I have to just thank the universe for doing it and for making me feel this connection to saying yes. Like this connection, I was like, why can't I walk away from it? I keep thinking about it. I'm tethered to it. And I didn't know why.
So I'm going to give you an example of my life and how that showed up. So right before Network in Action came into my life, I was interviewing for jobs. And this one job, I was good friends, 20-year friend with the hiring manager. So I was in.
Yeah.
I was in. And on that interview, I said something so stupid, which is so not. And she called me in later and said, why did you say that? I don't know. And
there it is.
2 weeks later, Network in Action came into my life. And because they didn't give me the job because of what I said. And so that's what I meant when I asked about, can you find out later why it was?
Oh, yeah.
Did you meet a husband or something in this process?
No, the driving force, it launched me to what I'm supposed to be doing today. And that's helping people know when they're being lied to and making better decisions. Whether
Do I hire you?
To who?
Why?
Well, they don't have to hire me. They'll come and have a chat with me.
All right. On that note, tell everybody how to get in touch with you.
So you can find me. If you Google me, I'm there. But I have LinkedIn, I have Instagram, but my website is thecongruencygroup.com, where everything possible to get in touch with me, to find out my services and offerings is right there. And I also have a YouTube channel that is called The Real Interrogation Room. And I share tips with people that you can use in your everyday lives. In fact, my last episode was on the effective and ineffective ways to ask a yes and no question and what it can do for you. So it's a brand new channel. And I have a few videos up, but there's lots more coming.
Awesome. Well, you are a gem. Next time I come to Tampa, I'm going to have some food with you.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to us continuing our relationship. Thank you so much, Lena.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this message. Wow. I have the most interesting people in my network, don't I? Lena actually was a introduction connection for my friend Scott Bigley in Tampa. Shout out to Scott for making that connection. But she's fabulous, but interrogator, you never know people's stories. And that's why networking is so cool. If you want to get a copy of my book, show up to blowup.com. That's going to take you right to the Amazon page, show up to blowup.com. If you want to connect with me, go to meetwithtoniharristaylor.com and get on my calendar. Let's connect and let's see how we can help each other. I can't wait to see you again next week. This is Toni Harris Taylor saying take a drastic step today for a fantastic tomorrow, and we'll see you next week. Bye.